So my roommate Ernie at the time worked at a restaurant, and it was owned by a couple of friends, and their kids had a field trip coming up, and they were looking for chaperones. They were in high school. It was a ski trip, and Ernie volunteered, and we were living in a college town, so there was a lot of people in their 20s, and he said, hey, would you want to do this? We get to go skiing, we get a hotel, the whole thing. I'm like, yeah, it sounds great. You just have to kind of watch a group of kids. And then there's 2 kids that are going to stay in your room. I said, do I get my own bed? He says, yep. Okay, perfect. So then we get there, and we're on the way, and he's got this huge duffel bag, like, the kind you saw in Rambo or something. And it's just clanging around. I'm like, what the hell's he got there? And so we get there, and next thing I know, we're getting to the school, and we're loading it onto this big, bus, a tour bus, with the underneath storage. Not a tour bus, but like a Greyhound. And it's clanking around, and then we get in the back of the bus, and he opens his backpack, and he pulls out a 5th of vodka, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing with that? And he joked about this, but I thought he was kidding. Anyways, he bought enough booze. He bought, there must have been 10/5 of booze in this bag. And he was supplying all the kids, and they were paying for it. Now, they all had parents that had somewhat money because you had to pay to go on the ski trip.
So did he upcharge? Did he upcharge for the booze?
I don't know. I wasn't involved in that. But
tiny little profit from high school kids.
He was proud of the fact that I think he walked out of there with $400 or $500. But we get to the room, and everybody goes up in their room and all that kind of stuff. And I look out the window, and I just see droves of kids. And by the way, we're told we're not supposed to leave the hotel. Droves of kids leaving the parking lot of the hotel, going into town. And I've got the 2 smart kids in my room, and they're like, they're like, hey, we're gonna do this, and I'm like, you guys, wait. He goes, hey, just hold on. You're gonna get a call here in about 5 minutes. It's gonna be from the head person. And they're going to ask for, so they called. I was in the bathroom, and I answered the phone, and I said, yeah, we're going to bed. We were all tired. I got a really bad headache, so I'm going to go to bed so I could cover for these kids. And then we all went out for the night.
You went out with the kids too?
Well, I figured I needed to go.
You some kind of weirdo?
Well, I needed to make sure everybody was going to be okay.
I would not have done that.
At the same time, I couldn't stop them, and I didn't want them to go by themselves. So I'm like, I'm going to keep one eye on. So anyways, I kept an eye on for a while. Then my kids came back to the room because they were good. And then I went back to the room, and I said, sorry about everybody else. And yeah, some people got in trouble, but we didn't that night. Thank God. So
not even the guy that was providing it? He didn't get ratted out?
No, he didn't. He did not. And he was very lucky because we got a couple of guys in Dumbass of the Day that got arrested for doing this.
Sheriff could have taken care of that one. Right
Dumbass of the Day is brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart, the gold standard in landscape gravel and California gold. Now available at Peterson's U-Cart. Check out that and all the other great rock that they have off on discount right now at 10%. Go to Peterson, the letter U-Cart.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
I always loved our teachers. Because they were so bizarre, right? They were like the homeless people of the faculty, right? All disheveled, wearing smocks, covered in paint. Always like digging through the garbage, looking for bottles and egg cartons and things. All disorganized, always making announcements when you're on your way out the door already. Be like, people, listen up. People, get him. People. If any of your neighbors or relatives have any paper towel rolls, start bringing them in.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOC.
We're talking about a teacher and a coach in Virginia Beach.
Ever been to Virginia Beach?
I have not. No.
Nice.
Sounds like a nice place. Mr. Weldy and Mr. Gambrel were... one was a track coach as well. Were charged with being drunk in public and using profanity, apparently while they were supposed to be watching students. Gambrel also served as the advisor for the students against destructive decisions. Sad, in other words.
Something tells
which
me
were
this
they
is gonna
encourage,
have a sad ending.
Which they encourage students to make positive decisions that advance their health and their safety. The district superintendent says that he was immediately alerted of the arrests when these two got into a fight at a bar. The 24 students were not involved, and they were not harmed, and they were arrived home safely from the whole thing. There was 2 other chaperones that were there as well, watching the kids when these two put the kids to bed and then went out drinking. See, what they've screwed up on is you're supposed to go drinking with the kids, and then no. That was what we did. Actually, I didn't drink. I might have had a beer. I can't remember. So here you are, a teacher. Your career's over, right?
You would think. Yes.
A coach, a teacher, probably done for because you went out drinking when you were supposed to be chaperoning. Now, 20 years ago, might have looked the other way.
You would have not brought it up because you didn't want to get in trouble yourself.
Because statute of limitations were still there. But I'm out of that now. So congratulations to Mr. Weldy and Mr. Gambrel. Poor decisions. Should have been listening to your own set of rules in the Students Against Destructive Decisions group.
Poor destructive decisions.
You are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day.
Jeff and Jeremy here online at KZOZ.com. Your home for the $1,000 playlist brought to you by Perry Ford Lincoln. Giving away more money today. You're just listening for your songs. Get over to KZOZ.com. Enter them. If you've already entered them, just keep listening. This is crazy. South Carolina adds firing squad to its execution methods. So they went to the injection, right? And now they're going back to the firing squad. Here's my thing. It's one. All you need is one bullet, right? I mean, I have a lot of friends who are hunters. I'm not a hunter. I watch a lot of hunting shows. With one precise shot, you can take any animal or person down. You know what I mean? So how hard would it be?
Jeremy just pointed in between the eyes of his face.
Yeah. How hard would it be?
If you don't know what he means, as he so eloquently stated, he was pointing in between his eyes.
I've already got the contraption. The guy walks in, he puts his head into a vice type device thing. He puts it there, they lock him in so he can't move, and there's one slot in the middle. And you bring out, it could be a 9, it could be a 38, it could be a 45, depending on how much you want to clean up. And you put, we're done. That's it.
That's
we
shooting
just saved
somebody.
The taxpayers on, medical, food, housing. We don't have to buy all the expensive drugs and get the expensive doctors and all this crap together to put somebody down. It's done. That's what I'm going to call for when I run for president.
The housing? What do you mean the housing?
Paying for them to live in the prison.
Well, I mean, you're going to do that anyways.
No,
even
well,
if they meet
that's
the
it. If I'm president, it's you're convicted, and and we pull the jury, and 100% of them say you're done. Then you're done. You're literally walking out of there.
That rationale,
and you're done.
With that hardcore stance on freedoms, if DNA proved, but then you're putting your things in scientists' hands.
If you're convicted of this,
if
first degree,
DNA can prove that you did it, because it seems like DNA is the one thing that you can't get around. If DNA can prove that you did it, then at that point in time, if you did face the death penalty, then we should just go ahead and get you down. If that's the case, like once you.
No, I understand the DNA.
If you face the death sentence and you were charged and you got sentenced to death,
yes,
which does not happen very often.
No,
and they had DNA evidence, I'd be okay with firing squad, anything away.
DNA is important, but sometimes DNA can be wrong. All right.
When is DNA wrong?
Well, look at making a murderer, for example. All right. There's now new evidence coming up. They think they planted his DNA. What was his name again? Why do I always forget it? Stephen Avery. Remember, they took some of his blood, or that's what the defense is saying. The prosecution is saying some of his blood was in Teresa Halbach's little SUV, but they're now saying that somebody planted that evidence there. Here's my thing. You're found guilty. Poll the jurors. Everybody thinks you're guilty. Whatever evidence it was, I'm not really concerned about that. I'll let the defense do the
justice system gets it wrong.
An appeal.
Jeremy.
Do an appeal. If the defense does an appeal, give them up to 2 appeals, just to be fair. All right,
that's fair. What if
you're found guilty and then you get 2 more chances to appeal it, and if 2 other judges or courts find that no, we're not giving you another chance, done.
See, that's the thing is your.
Because there is people wrongly convicted.
The one time that it slips through the cracks and we find out 2 weeks after somebody was executed that
After they had 2 appeals and they failed them both?
They did not do it. And new evidence has come out that said that they did not do it. Then your ass is going to be on the line, my
Well,
friend.
you don't make every shot you take. I mean, come on. I'm serious. We got to figure something out, and it sucks, right? Some people get coronavirus and they get a cough and they feel fine in 3 days. Other people end up on a ventilator and die.
Some people get coronavirus and don't even know about it.
My point is, this is just life, you know? I mean, sometimes you get it wrong. Sometimes you're unlucky. It's better to be lucky than good. Love
So
that saying.
you say that you want firing squad over lethal injection because it doesn't involve doctors and doctors incur
No, we'll come
extra
back to the
cost.
firing squad. I think that's firing squad is like, well, how many people are in a firing squad? When you hear squad, there's multiple people shooting at one person. What a mess.
I would say 6 to 10.
One person, one gun.
Oh, the squad's cool because
one
then you make
device.
sure that you're getting it done.
No, you make sure you get it done when the guy is sitting there. He can't move, and you walk right up, and it's over. And now look at do you know how much ammunition is now because of all these different laws about bullets? Ammunition is through the roof, buddy. Who's paying for all this ammunition when the firing squad shows up? We are taxpayers. I'm trying to save us money. So there you go. Found guilty, death penalty.
Yeah, but you
get 2 appeals after that. If both appeals fail,
I think the saving grace about the firing squad is the fact is you never know who shot the kill shot, so it's not on the conscience of the person that fired the kill shot.
I have no problem doing that. If this is a murder, he's convicted. This is my job. There's a lot of people we could find it would do that. No problem. No problem.
Until you do it, then
No.
you don't know.
This guy's a
You don't know.
scumbag.
You've never killed anybody.
No, I haven't.
So,
And I don't
you
even
say that some people might be okay with it. You cried when you ran over a turkey.
Well, the turkey was innocent. This son of a bitch killed a family and was found guilty and failed 2 appeals.
Okay, let's
I
say
feel good
you're
about
the
taking that person.
executioner, Chuck Norris. Let's say you're the executioner, and you find out 2 weeks after you put a bullet in somebody's head
No, stop.
that new evidence has come out that has exonerated this person. Too bad Jeremy killed him 2 weeks ago.
I didn't make the decision.
You're not.
My job
feel,
isn't to make that decision.
You're not going to
My
feel
job-
bad about it.
I did
the
my
guy
job.
who ran over a turkey is not going to feel bad about it.
Nope.
The guy that cried when he ran over
No,
the turkey.
because I'd feel really bad about it, actually.
That's why the firing squad needs to be.
I didn't say
in
I was
place.
going to be the best candidate to be the firing
In
squad
the
guy.
firing squad, nobody knows who killed them.
All right, we'll be right back. Your thoughts, 805-543-3693.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
You see who's waiting on hold?
Yeah, I'm glad we're talking to him this morning because there's a lot of stuff going on with him that we have not caught up with.
The lights. Matt Cross is the entertainer for life. Hey, what do you like of that, huh? You didn't even hear it. Matt Cross, entertainer for life.
Full disclosure, Matt, I didn't know, but typically, okay, in years past, you have always spilled the beans to us when you've been nominated or, I guess, awarded the Entertainer of the Year from the New Times. And this year, I did not get a call. About 6 weeks ago, I got a call from somebody else who won a New Times award. They won a bevy of them. And
I think it's fixed. Sorry, Matt.
then I thought, that's interesting. I should be getting a call from Matt here in the next couple of days, and I didn't get a call from you. And I was like, oh, maybe he's playing it coy this year. And then it wasn't until yesterday that I got a text message from you. Jeremy got a text message from you as well. Said they did away with the category. What happened?
Yeah. It's just gone.
Okay. Is this, and I wish we would have put a call into somebody at New Times.
Do we know anybody over there?
No, I don't know anybody.
No, we got a cease and desist. Was it from them or was it from the Tribune?
Tribune.
Oh, sorry. Another story for another day.
And a newspaper that doesn't even have anybody working here. They're all from Fresno or something.
Yeah. So, it worked out for you. Losers.
But, so, do you think they eliminated the category just for 2021 because 2020 did not have entertainment?
Oh, great question, Jeff.
That's a good question.
That's what I said. Quit stealing my what I say.
No, I like
My first
hearing
thought
it
was
in
that-
an echo chamber.
Durka, durka, durka.
I like hearing it in
My
an
first
echo
thought was
chamber.
nobody voted at all for the category, so I just didn't get any votes. And they're like, forget it.
So you were entertainer of the year, and the problem was there really wasn't any entertainment going on because everything was shut down, right? I understand where
Right.
Jeff's coming at. That makes
Well,
sense.
in 2020, it made sense because you had, up until by the time the votes came in, I mean, it was only shut down for maybe a couple of weeks at the most, right?
True.
So
But
you had
there
all
was
of
a best
2019 to
DJ.
work off of.
There was a best DJ, like a not radio DJ, but a best
Like club
record
DJ?
DJ.
Well, that
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. That's the same thing.
Who was the best DJ?
That's what Malik, which is well deserved. I mean, he's a
Wait,
great
is
DJ.
that the dude that looks like he's maybe from another country that wears
Yeah.
those really soft, silky shirts, who's kind of tall with long curly hair?
Yes.
Yeah, he's cool. That
Yeah.
dude's a DJ. That dude is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, he does legit like vinyl DJing. He does it all. But
Yeah, I don't know where he's
super
from,
humble.
but he's got tan skin, so he could be Italian. He could be.
I think he's. Yeah, I forget. We've talked about it before, and I can't remember.
He could be from Pakistan. He could be Greek.
He could be Italian. I mean,
Like I said, he could be Italian. Yeah, totally. So what's going on now? I mean, you are the. Hold on a second, ladies and
since
gentlemen.
you're the last
Entertainer
one
for
to
life.
win, yeah, since you're the last one to win an award that no longer has, I think you retired. You shattered the category. You won how
that's what I'm
many
thinking about.
years in a row?
I did 4 years.
Son of a bitch.
4 years in a row.
That's a hell of a run, man.
And
4
then-
years.
Right?
Quattro.
And then the assumptive, can you operate under the assumptive? Because I know you're booking a lot of gigs as of recent. Can you
Yeah.
operate under the assumptive title, Entertainer of the Year?
Yes, I think he can.
Or just,
I mean, no one dethroned me. So I mean,
No, he can run with Entertainer of the Year forever until they crown a new one. And if they never crown a new one, then there you go. So bitch.
they've indeed eliminated the category.
and Bear Market Riot eliminated the best band category. So
So
There was no best band this year either?
no,
So Bear Market Riot is the best band ever to hail from the Central Coast, and Matt Cross is the best entertainer to ever hail from the Central Coast. As
that's
it
what Nick and
stands
I are
right now.
just for taking it.
Well, let me ask you something. This pisses me off. They've never had best radio show. All right? Jeff and I have been
Yeah, they
here
have.
15 years.
No, they had it a long time ago. They eliminated it years ago.
Radio show? No, they didn't.
I think they did.
A radio host?
I think it was like disc jockey.
Oh, I think it was radio host.
Yeah.
Some categories are.
And Dave
are really
Congleton
interesting.
won it. Dave Congleton sits around and talks about his cats all day. I mean, I like
No,
Dave, but
to be fair, he talks to other people about their cats as well.
yeah, okay. And he's a great human, a nice guy. I know him
El Gato lover.
a little bit. I'm like, God,
I was just reading through it, and I think Sidecar won like 17 awards.
wow.
That's awesome.
No, that's exaggeration, but I think they got like best place to get your teeth filled. And I mean, they got everything you could possibly get.
That's
Sidecar did, huh?
Well, I'm happy for Josh and the folks over there. I happen to know Josh and his family a little bit, and
He's been through the ringer. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he got in a bad car accident, and then he comes out of that, and they decide they get this opportunity to move, and then COVID hits, and I heard
Yeah,
they
I
were,
moved like weeks before COVID.
yeah. Well, shoot. What about the
Yeah.
Broad Street Public House? Did you get anything like honorable mention or?
Nope, nothing. Just for
Best
secret-
best place to go for karaoke? Not even that?
No, they got who got that? Bill's Place.
Okay, how can that be? If there's no entertainer of the year, no band of the year, I'm assuming
No
that
karaoke.
there was no karaoke going on. People sharing microphones in 2020. I'm sure that did not take place.
No, I heard Bill's Place was open for business most of the year.
Wow.
Yeah, they run a little different over. You know, they still open at 6 a.m. You know, it's funny because I haven't been to Bill's in a long
Maybe
time.
they should serve a breakfast burrito.
They might. I think they had to, right? They had to serve something.
Probably.
But
I have a
Pine
problem.
Street also does karaoke on the reg. I'm surprised.
I have a problem with the New Times Award, and that was the burrito. That was my tongue-in-cheek burrito reference. But this is the slow way, right? Is wake up when you feel like it, go to bed when you feel like it, open your business when you feel like it, right?
The truth.
Okay.
We're talking to somebody that
Who
lives
does this
way.
Who lives by the creed? Lincoln Market and Deli got voted best breakfast burrito. I want to try the best breakfast burrito. They don't open till 9 daily.
See, that pisses me off.
Listen, I love Lincoln Deli and I love their breakfast burrito, but I'm like, I can't ever go unless it's like the weekend and my kids sleep in.
I mean, it's not just them. Taco Bell, they have a breakfast menu over here in Slow. They don't open till 8 o'clock. It's like, what the hell, man? People want to have breakfast at 6 or 7.
This is the
not 8.
This is the strangest thing. Is like I think there should be some qualification that if you get best breakfast burrito,
you have to open during breakfast hours.
You should be open like at minimum
7,
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock it should be the cutoff because your window of buying a breakfast burrito is very small at 9 o'clock.
It is.
What do you get, 9 to 10:30?
One.
Yeah, I want to try it. I definitely want to try it because it's the best.
I've never had their breakfast burrito, but I've had their sandwiches, and it's
I think
really
they want
good.
Best sandwich too.
They do a good job over there. But man, can we get a breakfast burrito before 9?
Maybe one of these days I'll go pick one up for you guys and deliver it to the show.
No, that would be nice, but it'll be like 9 o'clock, and you know us. How we operate.
By the time he gets here, it'll be 10. I mean, it's time for lunch.
That's lunch for us. Man.
I get up at 4. I'm up at 4, man.
Hey, what's going on this weekend at the Broad Street Public House?
You know what? Let's take a break. Let's take a break and we'll come back. All right, because we got to play a song.
Okay.
We've been BSing for a minute. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and I want to hear about this. All right.
Okay.
And the Axe guys, the Axe men.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
What do you really want to say about the New Times, man?
It was an honor to be chosen 4 years in a row. That's what I want to say.
Matt Cross joining us, entertainer for a lifetime, ladies and gentlemen.
Lifetime Entertainer of the Year.
They've eliminated the category. He's won it so many times. Rich Ferguson
Shut it down.
Rich Ferguson, the magician, left town. He's like, "There's no way I can win it. I'm moving to Monterey."
Although he did take it for 13 years. So I got to give the shout out to that guy.
You know, he came in here once. Nice guy. He got us. He pulled a trick on us. He had this little thing on his finger, and he touched something, and he got shocked, and we had some wires over here. It was perfect.
And this place is always constantly worried about getting sued. So
Yeah, Jeff and I were like, "Oh God!" And we have wires everywhere. You got to see this.
great.
Mess. You've seen it.
Yes.
now we're going to lose our jobs because we shocked a guy, and he's the most beloved magician ever to hail from the state of California.
So let's talk about the Broad Street Public House. It's on Broad Street. It's next to Cole Dodge. What's the actual address over there?
3590 Broad Street.
All right. And the last time we talked to you, people were drinking and throwing axes.
Yes, and Slow Axe Company, and I kind of discovered them and brought them over, and then they have blown up. So they are everywhere now. So I couldn't hold them back to just Broad Street. So we're still doing it once a month with them, but they're bouncing around to. I mean, they're booking everywhere. But they're great. They're good people, and it's a fun activity. But they wanted to make a little money, which I totally understand, and get their brand out there. So they're bouncing around a little bit. So we might bring it back to twice a month, but we're going to go once a month for now. But our next one is next Thursday, a week from today, or a week from
Yesterday.
What's going on tonight? What's going on a Friday? What do I expect when I come in after work?
We got live music tonight.
From who?
Tonight is a band called Change of Plans. It's a couple locals, older guys that have been playing music for a long time. Female vocalist Cherie Hovey, and they do all kinds of your classic rock, folk, that kind of stuff.
Will they do any? Will they do any Steve Winwood? If I ask,
probably not. I'm going to say there's no Steve Winwood, but there could be. You never know.
What about Stevie Nicks?
There's probably a Stevie Nicks song in there.
Ooh, they should be a cover band.
I got a thing for Stevies.
Yeah. Just the Steves.
Just the Steves.
That's the name of the cover band. You only play.
No, just call it Steve.
You play Stevie Nicks songs. You play Steve Miller songs. You play Steve Winwood songs. I'm sure.
We had a girl last karaoke at the pub that was spot on Stevie Nicks. Like you go to karaoke and you're just everyone's just kind of cringing. Like no one's really amazing
or laughing
every once in a while. Yeah, every once in a while someone's decent, but they're really bad and you're laughing. This girl walked up and she's do Stevie Nicks and she started singing and everyone shut their mouths and just looked at the microphone.
Really?
Shut your mouth.
You gotta invite her back.
All right.
Yeah, no, I did. She's from Southern California. She's like, yeah, it's kind of my wheelhouse. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like you could be a Stevie Nicks impersonator. Like she sounded exact.
What's that?
When do you do karaoke night?
Saturday.
That's tomorrow. Tomorrow night, you guys are doing karaoke.
Correct.
You want to go do some karaoke? I've been working on some
Trivia. Still doing trivia on Sundays?
Every Sunday, with Dr. Ricky. It's been going great.
I've been working on my Sammy Kershaw Queen in my double wide trailer with the polyester curtains and the redwood deck.
I got to give it to you for doing karaoke at your spot because you're beer and wine.
Yes.
Right? You're a pub.
Yes.
And I definitely need cocktails when I sing.
Well, have a cocktail before you go. Or go out to your car and have one.
You can pre-party, just don't.
Can I
bring
go
inside.
down to? I know I have the plan. Actually, I'll go to Sidecar, have an Uber go down there, pick it up for me, bring it down to Broad Street, and then I'll drink it out in the park.
There you go, and then you can go in and drink beer.
That's what a lot of people do. No joke.
All right, Matt.
People roll in, and I'm like, "This is not your first beer of the night." I'll tell you that much.
Broad Street Public House, right next to Cole Dodge. Online, BroadStreetPublicHouse.com, and all that fun stuff. Tonight it is. Music, that's right. Sorry, tomorrow's
Just
karaoke.
the Steves. I know that's not their name. What's their name?
Change of plans.
Change of plans. And are you back and doing what the New Times loves you to do?
Yeah, I'm regular now. Mondays I do the Whiskey Club at Rod and Hammer. Thursdays I do Liquid Gravity, and Sundays I'm at Mason Bar.
What day are you at Liquid Gravity?
Thursday nights.
Oh, okay. Are they still doing the Benny's Pizzas over there too?
Yep. Still tag team with me and Benny's.
That's a good night right there, kids. All right, man. Well, we'll see you over there next week. Until then, we'll talk to you. Congratulations on being a Lifetime Achievement Award winner.
That's awesome, dude.
Thank you. Jeremy, I expect to see you at karaoke.
Here's the deal, okay? Like, I sincerely think you should be able to hang your banner of your last Entertainer of the Year award in the pub. Hang it from the rafters.
Yeah.
And people will see
My
it.
partner made me take it down.
Who did?
My partner made me take it down. He's like, they're going to get mistaken and think that Broad Street won. I'm like, they'll know.
No, you just hang it up really high, and then it doesn't matter.
Oh, New Times, because it says New Times winner or whatever. Best stuff. That's pretty funny.
Nobody will read the print down below.
Just don't put it in the window.
That's why I wanted to put it in there. I'm like, you can't see Entertainer of the Year. Just put it up there. They'll think we got best bar.
Yeah, there goes Matt Cross.
Hang it up high from the rafters like you do a championship jersey. It'll be perfect.
We'll talk to you later, Matt.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.